In this project, I developed a console-based chat application in Java. The focus on this part was on implementing a secure and functional user registration and login system. The main objective was to apply object-oriented programming concepts, input validation, and unit testing using JUnit. Throughout this project, I ensured that the application follows proper validation rules and clear feedback to the user. The system allows a user to register by entering a username, password, and South African cell phone number. Each of these inputs must meet specific validation rules before the user can successfully register. Once registration is complete, the user can log in using the same credentials. The system checks whether the entered username and password match the stored values and then displays a success or failure message. The application runs entirely in the console and interacts with the user throughout prompts and messages. The project is divided into 3 main components. The first component is the login class, which contains all logic for validation, registration, and login. The second component is the main class, which handles user interaction, such as taking input and displaying output. The third component is the login test class, which contains unit tests written using JUnit to verify that each method works correctly. This structure helps keep the code organized and easy to maintain. The username must follow 2 rules. It must contain an underscore and it must not be longer than 5 characters. To implement this, I created a method called checkUsername. This method checks if the username contains an underscore and if its length is less than or equal to 5 characters. If both conditions are met, the method returns true. Otherwise, it returns false. If the username is invalid, the system provides a clear error message explaining what correct form should be used. The password validation is more complex and it includes multiple conditions. The password must be at least 8 characters long, contain a capital letter, include a number, and have a special character. To implement this, I used a loop to go through each character in the password. I created Boolean variables to track whether each requirement is met, such as uppercase, letters, numbers, and special characters. As for loop checks, as the loop checks each character, it updates the variable accordingly. At the end, the method returns true only if conditions are satisfied. This ensures that the password is strong and secure. The cell phone number must follow the South African format. It must start with the international code +27 and be followed by 9 digits. To validate this, I used a regular expression. This allows the system to check the format efficiently and ensure that the only correctly formatted numbers are accepted. If the number does not match the required format, the system displays an appropriate error message, as you can see during the test run that I'm running. The register user method combines all validation methods. It checks the user password, and cell phone number in sequence. If any of these validation fails, the method returns a specific error message indicating what went wrong. If all validation pass, the user detail are stored in the system and a success message is displayed. This method ensures that only valid user data is accepted into the system. The login user method is responsible for verifying user credentials. It compares the entered username and password with the stored values. I also included a null check to prevent errors if the user tries to log in before registering. If the login details match, the method returns true, otherwise it returns false. Another method, return login status, is used to display a message to the user, either welcoming them back or informing them that the login attempt failed. To ensure that the system works correctly, I implemented the unit test using J5 units. These tests cover all methods in login class. I used asset true and asset false to test validation methods, and asset equals to verify the correct messages are returned. For example, I tested both valid and invalid usernames, username, passwords, and cell phone numbers. I also tested successful and failed login attempts. This helps ensure that the application behaves correctly under different scenarios and improves reliability. And as showed, I ran my JUnit tests accordingly. I also ran my app accordingly without making comfortable conditions for my app just because I'm the one testing it. As you can see, I've entered the username and now I'm creating the password according to the rules set. I had a build success and my output was, "Welcome, Lundiwe Tembe. It is a great seeing you again." I kept on running the program to make sure that it doesn't have any errors. In conclusion, this project allowed me to apply important programming concepts such as validation, modular design, and testing. The system successfully ensures that the only valid data is accepted and provides clear feedback to the user. The use of JUnit testing helped verify the correctness of the application. Overall, this project strengthened my understanding of Java programming and software development practices. Thank you for watching.